Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a cloudy and foggy Dover Motor Speedway here in Dover, Delaware for tonight's running of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Television. My name's Bertie Hanna. In the booth with me tonight is Richie Coy. And Richie, we have a really gloomy track for the race tonight. These guys are going out at a very tough and technical track with the foggy conditions. It just adds to the difficulty tonight these drivers are going to face.
Brody, you there? I can't see you through this fog. I mean, it's crazy out here. We need a lighthouse in turn one to be able to find it. It's it's good. I think that may actually add a little bit of extra difficulty to an already difficult track. So, it's going to be difficult for us to be able to see the action on track tonight. But hopefully, the guys can weed their way through it for the evening.
They definitely have a challenge on deck here tonight here at Dover Motor Speedway. We're looking at the track description. It is a symmetrical track. 1 and 2 similar to 3 and 4. They look the same. They drive just a little bit different. But, man, this exit of those corners will throw you against the wall if you're not careful. It's a challenging, very difficult track to get the car to rotate, to turn, and coming off the corners is, I think, where you're going to see the issues for the guys tonight. Just it throws you out of the. I mean, you dive off into the corner. It's like a roller coaster. You dive off into the corner, and coming off the corner, it just wants to throw you against the wall.
Well, yeah, and don't forget about the going down into turn one. It's I forget what it is. I think it's like a 10-foot, 15-foot drop going down into turn one. So that always ends up putting a lot of load on the trucks as they go down into turn one. And for whatever reason, turn 1 and 2 then carries a lot more speed than 3 and 4 do. And the exits of the turns here are Calamityville. So you got to be careful especially when you're running too wide or in a group. Coming out of corners, because not only can you mess something up, but somebody around you can mess something up and take out a bunch of people.
We'll look at the points real quick as they finish up qualifying here. Nicholas Moreau comes in with a comfortable point lead over James Morris, Ryan Chapman, Lewis Maglin, and Michael Blackner, your top 5. It's pretty close from second on back, but I tell you, Nicholas comes in with those 5 wins. I believe it's 5. He's comes in with a comfortable point lead with only 3 races remaining.
Yeah, I'd say 90 some odd points is a pretty comfortable lead. That's like he could sit out the next 2 races, I think, and still be the points leader. But it's not just his wins; it's his seconds and his thirds. I don't think he's finished out of the top 3 the entire season so far. So definitely a great season for sure.
And just looking, James, Ryan, and Lewis, second, third, and fourth, separated by 2 points. You got 93 back, 94 back, 95 back. Just 1 point between each of them there, so that's going to be fun to watch tonight. See who comes out on top at this really tough track. Looking at the schedule, though, we have tonight at Dover. Next week is at Texas, and then we end off at Kansas. We are getting down to the end of the season, and those valuable points can mean a lot here. You can gain a lot. You can lose a lot here tonight.
Well, and don't forget that you win and you're in scenario for the playoffs that we're running for the full season here. So there's only 3 more chances to get that playoff ticket by getting a win. Nicholas has definitely cashed in his tickets, so it's making it more difficult to get those tickets from somebody else. So hopefully somebody else can pop one of those tickets in.
Again, top 16 make the playoffs. You see Lewis Maglin, the first driver without a win in the point standings. He's been knocking on the door this year. We'll see if he can make it happen here tonight. But yeah, definitely, talking about the race tonight, we'll be going 150 laps, which I guess is 150 miles around a 1 mile track, and stage break at lap 45. Looking forward to it. They're starting to grid on the field. So we're going to get ready and go ahead and go through our starting lineup for the Dover 150. Starting on pole is your points leader, Nicholas Moreau, in the numbers 15. To his outside, second place in points is the number 88. That is James Morris in the Toyota. Starting P3, that is J.P. Burns in the number 99 Toyota. To his outside is going to be the 16, Robert Malikian, a teammate. Starting P4. Starting P5 is the 22. That is Michael Blackner in the Ford. And on his outside is going to be Zachary Trevino in the number 77, who was quick all race last week at Rockingham. Martin Garreau returns to the series in the number 50, starting P7. Starting P8 is the number 9, new paint scheme on that truck, the red number 9, Marshall Johnson. Starting P9, the 76, that's Noah Nicholson in a Toyota. And another Toyota starts P10, that's the 42 of Kyle Milliken.
Chris Beck lines up 11th, and to his outside will be Wayne Grossi in the number 7, starting 12th. Bobby Terrell starts 13th in the 94, with Wyatt Hunley starting 14th. Dave Nestor in the 36 comes in 15th, and then Ryan Persinger will be in 16th on his outside in the 09. Kobe Meese in the 8 will be 17th, with Brendan Polt in the 71 on his outside in 18th. Lewis Meglin in the 43 will start 19th, with Chris Gore in the 89 starting 20th. Josh Mayhew actually will be starting 21st in the 61, with Zach Saunders, a newcomer, starting 22nd in the 39. Tony Solari will start 23rd in the 11, with Chad Lang in the 3 to his outside in the 24. Travis Dickinson starts 25th in the 18, with TJ Bartell in the 28 to his outside in 26th. Corey Adkins in the number 1 is in 27th, with Michael Deach in 28th. Brian Thorson 29th, with Nim Silva, another newcomer, in 30th. Joseph Burgess and Hayden James will start 31st and 32nd as the last two to take time, with Jeff Chandler, Alan Duranko, Ryan Lark, James Torrey, Mark Kyle Henderson, and Aaron Satcher all not taking qualifying laps, starting 33rd to 38th. 38 trucks tonight, Brody.
Yeah, 38 trucks. It's going to be a long, grueling process tonight. It's going to be a tough race. And it's going to be tough to see out there with the fog, but it's going to be a tough track to handle. There's a lot of things going tonight. We'll see who can do it the best as they come around. The pace car's going to pull off. We're going to get a start here for the Dover 150. The Sim Racing Points Truck Series rolls through 3 and 4 to the restart zone. Nicholas Moreau leading them down with James Morris to the outside. Green flag is out, and we are underway.
James Morris with a great jump there as he heads to the outside of Nicholas. He might be able to get a nice run coming off the corner there and take the lead coming down the backstretch, but Nicholas denies him, says, "Not today, James." Down the backstretch, takes the lead.
And we do apologize for the poor visibility. We'll do the best we can to cover these guys close up, give you a good look at these trucks and see what happens here tonight with the action. Again, lap 45 being your stage break, but Nicholas Moreau is going to lead lap 1.
Yep, they got a lot of single file going on here, all the way back through. I'm looking at like 11th place here. So everybody, this is a tough track to run side by side. You got to get single file here as much as you can. Oh, we got a yellow.
We got a truck around backwards on the backstretch. Just Dave Nestor in the number 36 around down the backstretch, and caution is out. Let's go back and see what happened here to Dave Nestor. Lap 2. Coming off turn 2. Oh, and he slows coming off the corner. Not sure if he got loose or what, but he slows off the corner and gets hit from behind. And right around, we'll see who hit him there.
Looked to me like he got loose, and when he loosed, he lifted to try to get it straight. And the 71 of Brendan Polt.
Yeah, he did get loose. Yep. He catapulted him into the inside wall.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. But it looks like it was a single car accident, though. Only Dave involved. But yeah, he got loose off the corner. We're right on board with the 71.
Looks like he hit pretty good with the nose too, and then rolled down the backstretch a little bit.
Yeah, just loose off the corner, and Brendan just didn't check up in time, and around goes to 36. And that's unfortunate. Lap 2 and already done for the night.
Well, that goes back to what you were saying about coming out of these corners. It's either really tight coming out of these corners or really loose, and he was really loose really early on. It's a shame that he's not going to be able to go in and work on that truck a little bit.
And I know some of these guys set their trucks up loose like that. And let me fix the. There you go. You can see how many laps we've done. I don't know why that's set like that, but. These guys set their trucks up really loose to start just because it's just known. Well, I don't know. Last time I raced here, I got really loose, but the truck can get really tight really quick here, especially coming off the corners. There's so much load in the corners that I think it wears the right front up really, really good if you're not careful, especially if you're racing with other people. You can really abuse that right front.
Right, and you set it up loose so that you can, with low air pressures and stuff, so that you can build, start loose and build tight, and hopefully that swing doesn't happen. But
and I know some people do that too, and they end up bottoming out and causing issues too. I kind of wonder if maybe that was the case. Maybe coming off the corner, if he bottomed out and got it loose and was trying to hang on to it. But yeah, I don't know. This is a tough track. You know, one of the tracks we come to that I kind of circle on the calendar that can be a very tough and grueling track. Now, I will say too, they only have 150 laps to get it done here. Kind of a short race, in terms of the series. So I know everybody's going to kind of be on their P's and Q's, trying to quickly get up through the ranks and try to get to the front.
And I've had different types of races here. I've had races where we've gone the entire race green to checkered, and then I've had question-filled races. So it depends on the particular night, I guess. But the long races, this track will wear you out, man. It's so fast and it's so short, and everything happens so quickly. It can wear you out. So every once in a while, a caution I don't think is too bad. But hopefully we don't get into a caution blitz tonight. And
no matter what track it is, cautions breed cautions, and usually, the more restarts you have, the more chances you have for an accident. So. It definitely can happen here, but it looks like we're going to go back green. They are double file. Nicholas Moreau still leading. The pace car is going to peel off here through 3 and 4. We're going to come around and get a restart on lap 6.
If we do get another caution, you need to look at the pace car tires. There we go. We're off. Green is out.
Green flag is out. Nicholas Moreau gets another great jump over James Morris. The battle is for second. Zachary Trevino, before that caution, was eating up the back bumper of the 99 of Burns. Burns is going to hang on here, I think, off turn. Nope, Zach's going to stay there.
Is the 99 going to go under 88 going into 3?
Pretty good
battle. Gago up there for second. Yeah.
Here's a good battle a ways back, too, for about 8th spot. They kind of settle that. And they settle it for second as well. Now the 77 gets by the 99 of Burns, now all over the back bumper of the 88 of James Morris.
I'm looking back in the pack here. I'm watching Tony Solari, Chad Lang, Corey Atkins, and TJ Bartel battle it out here side by side back for the 20th position. Because there's just a gaggle. It's a hard track. I keep saying it all night long. It's just a hard track to run side by side here.
Yeah, you got Corey Atkins in there as well, trying to find his way through. Quite the battle here up front. There's Lewis Meglin looking underneath, or actually being looked underneath by the 61 of Josh Mayhew. A couple of team trucks, the 61 and 11 there.
That's Fury Motorsports, I believe, yep. You think Josh will let Tony by, or are they going to ride nice and smooth together?
They're on no team orders. What are you talking about?
No team orders. All right. Get at him. Give him some more.
There goes the one around the 28 of TJ Bartel. Corey Atkins using that high side, making that pass on the top, and hitting the wall off the corner.
That's something that you could do a lot here. It comes up quick. I didn't see what you were wooing at though.
Yeah, the one just kind of come across the 28 right there real quick. Right behind him though, there is quite a battle here. Somebody diving into the corner. That's Brian Thorson trying to find a way through. Oh man, and those cars are side by side coming off the corner.
I am up looking at 8th place. I'm looking at Kyle Milliken, and he was just running side by side with Marshall Johnson with Michael Blackner in there, as Marshall is now underneath Robert Malikian for the 7th place.
So Marshall trying to go to the front there. Robert's lost a couple of positions since the start. Started in 4th, back to 6th, and about to be back to 7th here if Marshall can complete the pass.
Not yet. The outside, much like most of these tracks, if you can hold on to the outside, you can kind of make it really tough for the guy on the inside to pass. But unlike a lot of other of the mile-and-a-half tracks, the inside lane usually works out here.
You were talking about this track wearing you out, and it is very violent. Hard down in the corner.
Yellow.
Oh, we do have a caution. Everybody spreads out.
Possibly the 01.
And the 2 involved of Alan Duranko as well, it looks like.
Hayden James in the 01. Let's see.
James, he's smoking.
He's smoking, and not the good kind either.
Smoking. Let's go back and see what happened with the best one tire and auto care instant replay. The 01 coming off the corner gets loose. Tries to save it, gets into the side of the 2, Nose first to the inside wall for the 01. The 2 spins into turn 1. We'll see that again, but the 01 heavy contact to the inside wall, and that's going to be his night.
That's a very typical thing that happens here at Dover coming out of 2, is that getting that loose like that, and then you get loose, you get halfway down the straightaway, then the truck bites as you're trying to save it, and around she goes up the racetrack.
Nice job by the 2 to keep it off the wall. He didn't hit a thing there, except for the 01 that hit him. We're right on board with him. He keeps it off the wall going into turn 1. That's that takes a skill right there. Bam, right to the inside wall, gets loose down the straightaway, locks it down, spins it to the left, hits the gas just enough to keep it off the wall and give the guys 2 wide room to pass him. So no harm, no foul, other than the contact that initiated the spin. What a save.
He needs to go in and make sure he gets some of that damage fixed, because we know there's an issue with the damage model. iRacing has come out and said that. So go in and get it fixed to try to get any of that issues, so you don't have any issues now going forward.
Yeah, and he is actually in the pit, so it's the 6 of James Torrey taking this opportunity to get some damage fixed.
So right before the green, I mentioned something about the pace car. You got to look at the pace car. It looks like he's got neon lights in the wheels, because it's the brightest thing on the racetrack are his wheels. I don't understand. I don't know why it would be, but they are the brightest white wheels I think I've ever seen. And maybe it's just my view, but
well, unfortunately,
it's kind of funny.
I don't know if I can.
You don't know if you could call him up?
Yeah, focus on the pace car. Let's see if we can get a good shot of him somehow.
Normally I wouldn't bring it up, but it's just they're so white.
Well, you know, some of the tracks too, I noticed that the buildings are a little bit brighter than they should be. They kind of stand out. They almost look neon themselves.
It looks like the fog is dissipating a little bit.
I was just about to mention that. It does look like it's lifting a little bit, which is great news for us and for the competitors out there.
Now, did the lights also turn on too? Because it looks like maybe the lights came on, so maybe that's part of it.
We don't have lights at Dover, so
no.
Nope.
Well, then the lights didn't come on.
No lights.
The lights certainly didn't come on.
Unless you're talking about that one light that's in the sky there, maybe that light came on.
Do we have a sun?
Well, we don't have a moon. I know that.
We don't have a moon and stars. Yeah, actually, look, I'm looking at the sunlight right there, right as they're on turn 3, right there.
Hashtag.
That might mess up
soon.
That might mess up some handling characteristics there in 3 and 4 if we get the sun out in 3 and 4.
May make it interesting, make it a little slick. We'll see if it affects it there. But the pace car's off. We're double file. Nick's going to lead them to the green. We got a new second place challenger, Zachary Trevino, lining up on the outside. And the green flag is out, and we are back racing here at Dover.
It looked like the 77 spun his tires, and so did JP behind him. The outside's notoriously not a good spot to restart here at Dover, as the 77 is trying to find second again. Oh, caution.
Got a wreck in the back. 76, Noah, he's wrecking right now. Noah Nicholson around, and we have another caution.
Looks like it might have started with Chad Lang.
See if we can go back, look at our best one tire and auto care instant replay to see what happened here. Going off into turn 1 on the restart. Watching the 76. Yeah, it happened in front of him. We'll see what happened to the 3.
Yeah, look at the 3 and the 1.
3 of Chad Lang, the 1. 3's trying to come down the track. 1 was there, and it's just on from there.
Looks like it might have collected TJ Bartel. He got some of that. 76 looks like he made it through. Yeah, it looks like TJ, unfortunately, was really the only innocent bystander there.
Right.
Although the 70 might have got a piece of it.
We're on board with James Torrey, who was behind all this and slows down. He misses everything, but it has to come basically to a stop. But he does miss all the wreck and all the action, gets around it.
Sometimes the best thing you can do, just stop. You know what you can't do when you stop? You can't hit anything.
So what happens to TJ Martell from his point of view? Yeah, the one just gets into the 3 there. 28 gets a piece of it. One up into the 28 again. He gets hit again. And yeah, it looks like the 76 just spun after the fact. Maybe got clipped on the way by.
It looks like maybe the 2 got into the back of the 76 there, right? As that's why James stopped.
Time for 1 and 2. Yeah, it just happened in front.
Oh, the 76 got tagged.
Yeah, I think what the 24-00, one of those two.
The double zero.
Yeah. Well, while we got time, we'll look at our best one tire auto care instant replay, and we'll ride on board with the 00. Let's see if we can see what he saw. Yeah,
what's he see?
He sees a lot of wrecking trucks in front of him.
A lot of smoke.
Yeah.
And I didn't think you'd be able to see smoke with all this fog.
You know, smoke equals brakes usually. And that usually is your, if you can react fast enough, that's your saving grace. If you see smoke, find the brake.
I'm just saying, maybe they just thought it was more fog. I don't know. Although I'm looking at I'm looking at the replay, and I am actually seeing a little bit of sun in the sky now. So hopefully that bodes well for us.
Looks like fog is lifting. They are side by side through 1 and 2 here. We're going to get a restart again. Nicholas Moreau now. James Morris back to P2. Zachary Trevino in 3. JP Burns 4th. Wing Grassi in 5th. You got Marshall Johnson, Robert Malikian, Kyle Milliken, Michael Blattner, and Martin Garreau. Your top 10.
Yeah, they're lined up here. So now we got James back on the outside. We got Zachary back in 3rd. We'll see if James can get a better restart on the outside here.
Definitely seeing the sun now. That is going to change the handling characteristics for some of these trucks, I'm sure. We'll see how it works out. Again, we're racing lap 45. We're about halfway there. Not quite, but we're getting there. Pace car's off. They enter the restart zone. Nicholas Moreau leads them down. Waiting for the restart. Green flag is out, and we are underway. It looks like the 77 was ready for that one.
Yeah, it's tough to start on the outside here, especially with that restart zone. So the 77 is back underneath the 88, going down the backstretch, but the 88's not giving up without a fight. He looks like he was trying to, if he had room, he was going to drive outside of Nicholas going in that corner, but he's up to 2nd, 77 back to 3rd, JP Burns holding on in 4th.
And I just wonder if JP's sitting back there watching these guys do that and trying to save a little bit of tire for the end of this run. You know, it just being 45 laps, you're like, well, you know, but it matters. It matters here. Every little bit of tire you can save towards the end will matter, and it'll give you a little more grip through the corner.
Yeah, this is the one track that made me mad enough to want to get better equipment because I came here one day and did an official race with Dale Jr. And I had
Noah Nicholson around again back here in the back, and Michael having an issue off turn 2. Michael Deach, but no caution.
No questions yet. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Mark Grove is around on the backstretch, and that will trigger a caution.
What just happened?
Maybe some damage. You know, we talked about that.
I don't think the 50 was in anything.
No, I don't think he was. He was actually in the top 10, but he is smoking heavily now. I think his night's going to be over. Let's go back and look at our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. Watching the 50. Mark Moreau coming off the corner racing with the 70. Or no, I'm sorry. Who is that he's racing with? He comes across. Looks like I don't know if.
Looks like he got loose. To me, it looks like he got loose coming out of the corner, and that's the 21 of. Who's in the 21 this week? That would be Wyatt Huntley.
Yeah, he does. Look, he comes off the corner, and you know how it throws you towards the wall. It's like he was worried about getting into the wall. And yeah. Let's right on board with the 50 to see exactly what happened coming off the corner here. Oh, he did. You heard the RPMs jump a little bit. Looks like he did get a little loose off the corner. Not much, but he comes to the left, and there's a truck right there on his door.
And you said the 70 and somebody else also had issues? The
Yeah, well,
76
before
of Noah
that even
Nicholson?
happened, we had
Yeah.
Noah Nicholson having issues first in the 76. See what happened to him. Now, he does have damage.
Yeah.
He goes into the corner and it just spins sideways on him.
I don't even think he got to the corner. It actually got sideways before he even got in it. As soon as he started to go down into turn one.
We talked about that damage to the truck, and
Mhm.
it looks like that's what that was. And that's what Michael Deach also have some issues here going into turn 3. You said the 70 truck was maybe involved in that last incident. Well, he just gets loose through 3 and 4, loose off turn 4, and can't save it, and just slides down to the inside wall. Just a touch, just a tap to the inside wall. Luckily, he gets a caution, so he'll be able to repair that and get back in it. But that took all the track position away.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of crinkle on the front of his truck. I wonder if that maybe is what happened there.
We're right on board with him before we go back green flag racing here. Through 3 and 4, off turn 4, just steps out on him. He just can't save it coming off the corner. Locks it down. Does a great job of not hitting anything too hard or spinning in front of the field, but just a touch to the inside wall.
It's no bueno, man. No bueno. That's for sure. It's one of these tracks that you can lose a truck so quickly, and it's tough to save.
Yeah, it's like, we talk about how difficult it is. Like I said, it's a really rough track. It's hard into the corner. Then you're if you were here in real life, you'd be squished down into the seat with all the G-force, and then you come out of the corner and it wants to throw you against the wall. Next thing you know, you're back into the next. It's just a very violent track. It can be a lot of fun when your truck's right, but it can be a pain if it's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement that happens in these trucks. A lot of different G-forces in a lot of different directions. As the pace car is off, we are getting ready to restart again.
Yeah, Nicholas Moreau is going to bring him down. James Morris to his outside. Burns and Trevino, row 2 like it was before. Green flag's out, and the 15 gets another great start. And
that was a crazy jump. Crazy jump. Battle for second once again. It's the 88 is on the outside battling the 77 and takes the second going down the backstretch.
He does.
He's looking underneath Nicholas.
He gets a run down the backstretch to the inside of the 15, and Nicholas Moreau, the first challenge we've seen tonight for the lead. Can he hold it down there? Can he challenge him? He cannot. Coming off 2, he'll slide back behind.
They've put a little bit of distance in that lap on third place. Now Nicholas put a little distance on the 88. That's something that can happen here is you feel frisky on one of these restarts, and you could burn your tires off in like 2 laps here.
We got a trio of elevated esports, 3rd, 4th, and 5th here, with Wayne Grossi looking to break them up in 6th.
Yep, and behind them is a battle between Michael Blackner and Robert Malikian, another elevated for 7th spot, or 7th or 8th spot, with Bobby Terrell and the 21 Ryan Hunley behind him.
Yeah, Robert Malikian's going to take that position, so move Robert up to P8, Michael Blackner back to P9. And you're right, Bobby Terrell has creeped into the picture. And we know Bobby's good here. Bobby's been really quick here at Dover before. I look for him to be a challenger before the rest of this race is over, because he obviously just didn't have a great qualifying run, but I expect him to work his way towards the front.
Yeah, and he's not had the greatest of seasons so far. I think he's probably want to forget most of A season, but if he can get a win here tonight or even a good finish, I think that might go a long way to easing the pain of the season so far.
Kyle Miller can ease in on JP Burns. JP still riding in that 4th spot. JP and Wayne Grossi right there together with Kyle Miller.
Down pit road.
Yeah, I think it's. Is that not TJ Bartel?
I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. I didn't actually get to see which truck it was.
Noah Nicholson. Another truck with damage.
Oh, okay.
So 1st and 2nd kind of spaced out here. 3rd place on back. That's where the battle is. The 77 Trevino, Burns, Milliken, all right there together.
Yeah, looking back a little bit further is a battle, three-way battle between the 21, the 8, and again the 71 of Brendan Polt as Cody Meese goes by the 21 and takes over the 13th spot. There's trucks all over the place. We've singled out, and the trucks are basically almost all the way about halfway around the racetrack right now. So,
yeah, it looks like things have kind of settled down for the time being. These guys know they just need to ride till they get to that stage break. Maybe make some changes to their trucks. Hope for a good pit stop. Grab some track position and fight from there. Let's see a battle back here.
The leader's catching a lap car there. 70 of Michael Deach. He's
caution.
The 2, Alan Duranko, looks like he might be involved.
Yeah, right before that, we saw a heated battle between Ryan Lark, Brian Thorson, and Josh Mayhew. But yeah, the caution for Alan Duranko. We'll see what happened here. Best one tire and auto carry instant replay will show us what happened here with the 2 of Alan Duranko. Oh, gets contact from the 1 of Corey Atkins, and around he goes.
Yeah, just got out of that corner a little bit better than the 2 did, but
I think the 1 washed up into him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
straight washed up into him and took him out. That's not going to be a happy driver in the number 2 truck.
The leader had just caught lap traffic. It looked like he was going okay through lap traffic there. That was the 70 of Deach getting lapped. But he had started to pull away a little bit from the 88 of James Morris. And is anybody going to have an answer to Nicholas Moreau?
Well, I don't know, but you know what? Some guys are opting not to worry about, well, at least one is not worrying about stage points because the 77 Trevino is on pit road.
Ooh, interesting move. All right, so we're at lap 37, so we got 8 laps now. We'll go back. We'll have a couple lap shootout. So yeah, so he'll only have a couple laps on his tile. He's going for track position. Interesting move.
Indeed.
Did anybody else go down with him, or was it just him?
I think he was the only one. He was definitely the only one among the leaders, but I think he was the only lead lap truck that really pitted. Period. Wow. Amazing.
It could be good or bad, and hopefully he doesn't get caught up in anything, because that's always the double-edged sword of a strategy like this. When you go off strategy with everybody else, is getting caught up in somebody else that happens in the back of the pack.
Well, that's true. He'll be back there with everything.
Or the front pack. But Dover's one of those tracks that the back of the pack, the thing that happens at the back of the pack could happen in the front of the pack. So
it's going to be, we'll watch and we'll see. But just make a note of that 77 taking those tires early before the stage. I'm sure he'll stay out when the stage break happens, get that track position. But will he be able to hang on with that, those older tires? But he will have, clean air possibly.
Yeah, after the stage break, sure, absolutely. He's back in 31st position now.
Just got to survive.
That's a big hit.
Just got to survive till then, because you definitely don't want to get up into an accident that happens back here and just ruin your night.
You might even want to just kind of stop, not stop so much, but just don't even go. Just ride around for the couple laps till the stage comes out. Save those tires and make sure you're not involved in anything. But heading back to a restart here.
Here we get ready to go green again. Your lineup is Moreau and Morris on the front row. Burns, Milk, and now row 2. Grassy Milk in row 3. Malikian and Blackner row 4. And Bobby Terrell and Zach Saunders rounding out your top 10 as we get ready to go green. The pace cars pulls off. These guys looking for that restart zone. We'll see if the 15 gets that great start again on the inside he's been getting. Down to it, up through the gears, and away we go. Dover 150 is back underway.
And he shoots out into the lead here as JP Burns tries to get underneath the 88 there for second.
JP and James Morris fighting hard for that second spot. Kyle Milliken looking on.
A little bit of wall contact there by the 88 as they go down the backstretch into 3. It's getting close here. I think it's going to ratchet up here for these couple laps as we're coming into, 5 laps to the stage? Oh, caution.
We do have a caution.
Looks like it might be the number 2 once again.
It is. It is the number 2. Let's go back and see what happened here. Alan Duranko having a rough night here tonight. Goes into turn 3.
Dreaded loose.
The dreaded damage. Oh, and collects. Is that
Chad
3?
Lang, yeah.
Yeah, Chad Lang.
Yeah, Chad Lang.
It's right on board again.
Yeah, it looks like just looks like he got loose.
Go off into the corner. And just no downforce, no grip.
When was the last time that we drove these trucks? 'Cause I don't remember having. I mean, we know it's an issue. iRacing has stated that it is definitely an issue in the damage model. But I just don't remember when they instituted it, because I don't remember having these issues before with the trucks when we drove them. But we haven't driven them in, I think, since the D season, which would be over the winter.
We got guys on pit road, so I'm. You may want to check and see if this is the stage break. I'm assuming that they were told it is.
Let me go wandering down pit road and see what I can find out. I'll be right back.
All right, Zachary Tofino is going to take over the lead, though. He's going to stay out of these guys' pit. So he'll assume the lead. Nicholas Moreau and those guys on pit road. We'll see who comes out front here. See if there's any changes as far as who takes 2 or 4. We've got one guy rolling down the pit road. That's Ryan Lark. And everybody comes out of pit road. Pretty orderly. I say orderly. They're 3 wide off the corner. Off of pit road right there. So let's...
All right, I've made my trek all the way down the pit road and then all the way back to the broadcast booth. This is the stage.
Okay.
We have called the stage. You said they were 3 wide coming out of the pits?
Yeah, I want to go back and look at that. And if I can, I'm just going to do a manual rewind here because
the pits are usually pretty, pit road's just not tight here. Or not as tight as some other tracks.
Yeah, they're 3 wide. I don't have it. Let's see. Yeah, let's back it up here. They definitely were 3 wide coming off the pits and making a little contact there. I think Robert Malikian a little bit. Or was that Michael Blackner?
Malikian's on the bottom, Blackner in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's play it right here. He's coming out of the pit. 16 comes out, squeezes up. He's up into the 39 there on the outside.
39.
Saunders.
Yeah. Yep,
they make it.
Guy.
Let's just hope they don't have any major damage, but they definitely made it there.
His but a flesh wound. Yeah, 3 wide. That's pretty good. We are double file heading to 3 here, going back to a restart.
Yep, Zachary Trevino is going to assume the lead like we expected. Nicholas Moreau in second, James Morris, JP Burns. We'll see if 77 can get that great launch. This probably worked out really good for him because he's going to have close to similar tires of everybody else and get a great launch off turn 4 here for the restart. Through the restart zone, we are back racing here at Dover.
Yeah, haha, it's not as fun on the other foot, is it, Nicholas? As the 77 gets a great launch and the 88 launches past the 15 to take over second.
Now we might settle in to have a longer run here. These guys, oh my goodness,
Nope.
What's going on back here? We've got a wreck. We've got a big melee back here.
Oh, they're still wrecking.
What a mess. Jeff Chandler involved. Chris Beck. James Torrey. Oh my goodness. Guys, we got to calm down.
I would look.
And we'll go back and look at our best one tire. And I'll carry us the replay to see if we can find where it started. It wasn't with Jeff Chandler. It was in front of him.
I would look at the 21. That would be Wyatt Huntley.
Wyatt Huntley with the 43. 43 washes up into the 21 just slightly. and chaos ensues.
Yeah, it's on after that. It's on like Donkey Kong after that. You know who got through that? You gotta look at the number 11 because he was right behind that. But Old Spicy got through that.
The one.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. The 1 and the 31. Jeff lifted to miss it and just gets plowed.
Well, Jeff lifted, and the one did not. It was like right on board with the one here. Corey Atkins been Mr. Excitement tonight. Yeah, just straight on the back of the 31. Probably didn't see it happening, but yeah.
Ooh, look at the 68. Right on board with the 68.
Right on board with Aaron Satcher, the 68.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Off the corner, smoke. Oh, through the middle, to the outside. Oh, 43 in the wall. And, yep.
He's broke.
A little bit of brakes. A little bit of brakes might have saved your night.
He hit a ton. He tore off the left front of his truck there. Yeah, a lot of carnage on that one. A lot of carnage on that one.
Can imagine Tony's probably on the horn now, telling these guys that need to shape up. We can't have this going on all night.
Yeah, I hate to say hey guys because it unfortunately seems to be just a couple handful here having some issues here at Dover tonight. Maybe they had some kind of visor on for the fog, and now the fog is lifting. They can't see. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you. Maybe the lighthouse we put in turn 1 is blinding them now.
They had to clear visors. Now the sun's come out and is blinding them. I guess.
They can't see. Yeah. But 77 leads as he got a great jump last time. Let's see if he could do that again. And now Nicholas is going to be under the 88. Or are they going to swap what just happened on the last restart?
We'll see. We've had restart after restart. They've had plenty of practice with the restarts here. We'll see what happens. Pace car's going to dive off on the pit road. 77 Zachary Trevino is going to lead them down. James Morris on the outside. Moreau and Burns follow them in row 2, waiting for the restart. There it is, and we're back racing here at Dover.
88 had a pretty good restart on the outside. In fact, JP Burns also had a good restart there. And he's outside Nicholas. Can he? Nope. Nicholas slots back in third.
These guys get in line up front. The battle is for about 6. Zach Saunders underneath Wayne Grassi in the 7.
We got a battle for the lead as the 88 is underneath the 77. And as I say that, he's no longer underneath the 77.
Saunders got really loose off turn 4 under the 7 of Grassi. He's going to give him the position back, I believe, here off turn 2 if Wayne can hang tight. Gets the run down, and indeed, he's going to retake that position. Wayne back to 6th spot.
This has happened quick here, if they're going to happen at all. So you got to get it done super quick. So the whole top, 8 are all in a row here.
Yeah, Trevino's going to jump out to lead, but everybody's queued up behind the 88 of Morris. And now here goes Nicholas Moreau to the inside, trying to make that pass. And the 99 of JP Burns looking to do the same here if they can hold on to it.
Looks like Nicholas is making his way down. And JP had a great race going last week until right after the stage. So hopefully he can get through the whole race here and continue to go forward. Yeah,
well, a lot of people say this is like a big Bristol, but he had a great run going at Bristol too. Unfortunately, didn't pay out, didn't get the win, but I think he finished second in that race. He's definitely good at these concrete tracks, and here once again he's showing showing a little prowess here early in this race.
James Morris has another good car again tonight. He's been strong each and every week. I'm looking back in the pack. I'm looking at Bobby Terrell trying to work over Marshall Johnson there for the 8th and 9th spot. With Robert Maliki and Michael Blackman.
Yeah, Malikian lost some positions on pit road, trying to regain some spots as well. He's down 6 spots from where he started, right on the back bumper that 94 of Bobby Terrell.
Terrell right on the back bumper of Marshall Johnson. Marshall Johnson right on the back bumper of Zach Saunders, who started 22nd tonight and was running P7. So we got another newcomer that's flexing some muscle tonight.
And now Wayne Grossi looking to the inside of the 42 of Kyle Milliken. That's going to force Kyle up, but he's going to hang on to the spot. That is for 5th spot. Again, they're all getting pretty close and queued up behind this 88.
That could definitely happen here. I mean, 88 might be just trying to save tires, and when you do that, these other guys are trying to go, and it can cause some issues. But everybody's hanging on so far. Definitely the longest green flag run we've had.
The 15 of Moreau has run down our leader, the 77 of Trevino, and is working him over now, trying to get by as well as he gets a run out of 1 and 2, trying to get that run down the backstretch. And he's going to look to the inside. No, he's going to wait.
You got to be there in order to get these passes done. You can't just think about going into the corner and underneath somebody. You got to be there in order for it to happen.
Yeah, looking high atop the track. The fog's still there. Not nearly as bad as it was, but it's still there and still hard to kind of pick out cars. And I imagine, being closer to the pack, it's not much of a hindrance. But if you got a spotter on the top of the spotter stand, it's got to be a little bit of a issue. Yeah,
for sure. That's. I did a long view before. I couldn't see the cars across the racetrack, so I don't know how the spotters are doing it.
Here goes Wayne trying to get under the 42 once again. Kyle Milliken. Wayne's going to let him have it. Meanwhile, James Morris gets by a lap truck there. Coming off the corner. Yeah. It's going to be tight. They all make it.
It's the lap truck of Noah in the 76.
The 15 still just riding with the 77 here up front. I think he knows he's got better tires, just waiting to make that pass.
Nicholas is patient. He doesn't need to get it all. He doesn't need to lead all the laps. He just needs to have...
Our leader's in the
runs.
wall. 77 hit the wall off turn 4. That's going to open the door. The 15 of Moreau under him now to make that pass. Close racing, side by side off turn 2.
Or he could have just been waiting for a mistake.
Well, he got it. He got his wish there off turn 2. Or turn 4. It's so hard to make a pass on that inside because the outside gets so much momentum, and if they pinch you down, it's really hard to roll through the corner. Looks like Moreau might have it finished here off 2. No, the 77's going to try to hang, but he gets the wall again.
Yeah, on the bottom, you really do need all the room you could possibly get coming off these corners.
And there it goes. He's going to finish that pass as they get around the 43 of Magdalene, a lap car. Nicholas Moreau back to the point. Zachary Trevino back to second.
And while that was going on, Kyle Milliken got back around Wayne Grossi, and now Zach Saunders is looking underneath Wayne.
Yeah, I see that too. The 42's getting back around the 7, and now the 7's falling another spot to the 39 of Saunders. Boy, that's close off the corner.
Yeah, that was close.
Wayne not wanting to go away, but he's going to have to relinquish that position off turn 2. Saunders to 6th. Wayne Grossi back to 7th. Now Marshall Johnson lines him up trying to make a pass.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that when your tires start to go off, when you burn off either the right front or the right rear, it goes off quickly, and you drop like a rock.
Just looking through the field here, everybody kind of single filed out now, finding a place to ride. You got to think some of that big wreck we had on the backstretch is going to kind of narrow the field down a little bit.
Well, I was just about to say, I mean, it's bad for us that there's not a lot of racing going on. I mean, there's some racing going on, but it's good for these guys to get into a groove here and get some laps and get some green flag laps here in the second half of the race.
We had the 42 hit the wall off turn 2. Now the 39's going to
the 94. 94 a wreck on the back, going in through. Sorry.
Caution is out. He keeps it rolling, though.
I'm going to assume that's what the question was for.
Well, we'll see what happened here with Bobby Terrell, maybe for this caution. Best one time auto carry instant replay is going to pull it back for us. And yes, it looks like a little bit of, maybe a little bit of net code, but a little bit of contact from the 16 of Robert Malikian to the 94. Gets him sideways, but he hangs on to it. That's amazing, amazing save there.
Yeah, I don't think he hit anything. That's why I'm a little shocked that was the question. Because he didn't actually, he didn't even get sideways. Not all the way. I mean, he was sideways, but not, you know what I mean? He wasn't all the way sideways.
I'll have to look at that again. We'll look at it again.
Everybody's coming down pit road.
Yeah, everybody's on pit road. Look at the 16 once again. Going into turn 3. Tries to dive to the inside there. I don't think Bobby knew he was going to do that. And we're right on board with Bobby. We got to see this save.
Yeah, it was a great save.
Bobby Terrell going into turn 3. Woo, sideways. He's drifting through 3. Hangs on to it, but it does bring the caution out.
Just watching pit road, looked like everybody was a little bit nicer coming off pit road this particular time.
Nicholas Moreau comes out, your leader. Zachary Trevino, James Morris, JP Burns, Kyle Milliken. Saunders picks up a position on Grassi. Marshall Johnson, Robert Malikian, and Michael Blackner.
Nicholas back to the point. He had just gotten back to the point. Let's see if anybody has anything for him. The 77 seemed to have kind of, I don't know, and I don't want to say slowed down because he still had a little bit of a gap on second and third. So I'm wondering still if James and all them were saving tires.
Well, they're going to double up 2x2. This is a great time to remind you. Check out drinkvictor.com for use code FTSR for 10% off your order there. Victory Fuel, the official sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series, you'll see here on Full Throttle TV on Monday nights. Check out all 3 of their great flavors, Throttle Punch, Lucky Lemon, and Purple Potion. And yes, I'm starting to remember those now. So definitely want to check them out. drinkvictor.com, code FTSR to check out all the things they offer there. They do offer a multi-pack where you can try the different flavors, do they not, Richie?
They most certainly do, and they also offer merchandise. So if you want a Victor Fuel shirt, hat, they have other stuff there as well, and that code will get you 10% off of anything on their website.
Yeah, we may do a giveaway with them at one point coming up, so keep an eye out for that. So definitely drinkvictory.com, code FTSR, 10% off your order. Great sponsors, great people, great company to support. But we are going back green, pace cars off through 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag to come out here. Nicholas Moreau leading, and we are green once again here at Dover.
Much better start on the outside there with the 77 that time, but the 88 still underneath them going into 2. JP Burns is back and forth as the 88 doesn't clear him. 77 pulls up on his outside going down the backstretch.
Looks like our fog's come back a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Turn on the lighthouse. Turn on the light. Where's the lighthouse? Got to find out where turn 1 is again.
3 and 4, a battle for second, a battle for fourth up front. But now the 88 and 77 side by side, still fighting for that second spot. 15 starting to scoot away.
Yeah, they finally single filed out there for second and third as the 77 pulls ahead of the 88.
And we got an issue with the 07 down the backstretch. He's slow, but no caution. He's going to bring it to pit road. He's had a rough night.
Yeah, there's a couple beat up trucks tonight, unfortunately. This is a truck that punishes the trucks a lot if you step out a little bit, unfortunately.
I think we can just watch this one truck at Corey Atkins and probably see all the action we need to see. I think he's been in everything that's happened tonight, seems like.
He's been around. He's been around a lot of it for sure. But the Broncos had a rough night as well, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm watching. We got Wayne Grassi up here and Kyle Milken having great nights up there, and 6th and 7th as Wayne makes a pass on the 42 again. It seems like these guys just want to swap positions back and forth every other lap.
They can't get away from each other. I know they kind of have a history too, not being the greatest of friends on the track at times. And it's funny that, usually when that happens, you find each other on the track all the time, and that's exactly what's going on here. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could just get away from that guy. And then you race him for 150 laps, and it's like, damn.
In a battle for third, James Morris, Zach Saunders. He's starting to march towards the front here and put himself in contention. The 39 truck looks fast tonight, up 18 positions so far.
Yeah, it's a neat looking truck too. There's a good RFK on the side of it, number 39. So it's a neat looking little truck.
JP Burns now comes under fire from the 7 of Wayne Grossi, who looks to the inside. This battle for 5th. Wayne wants it. JP had it. JP's gonna give it up, maybe not. Yes. So move Wayne Grossi into 5th.
Wow, Wayne's on the move. I'll tell you who else is up 12 spots is the number 11 of Old Spicy there, as he's moved into 11th position in the 11 truck.
I love numerology. So if he'd have qualified, he should have qualified one spot better. He'd have been up 11 spots in 11th in the 11 truck.
Yeah, but he started 23rd.
Do better.
Oh, but he started 23rd.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll give it to him.
So it kind of works because that's a good number.
Good number.
I mean, it's worked well for Bubba.
Got a battle back here for about 16th spot. Chris Gore trying to hang on to it. James Torrey side by side with him. And there's Bobby Terrell trying to claw his way back towards the front.
Which position is that? You're looking at
16th. 16th, 17th, and 18th right now for Bobby Terrell.
Yeah. Oh, that's a gaggle of trucks back there.
Yeah, we're kind of getting it sorted out here, though. Unfortunately,
the 1 and the 2 are together.
6 are going backwards. Yeah.
They've seen each other a couple times tonight. I might have to get out the old, we have beef between the two of them.
They are side by side too, aren't they? One on the
yes, they are.
2 on the inside of the 1.
Looks like they made it safe this time, so that's always good. Congrats on that one, guys. Oh man, looking back up front here, it's single file behind the 88. Looks like the 15 and the 77 have gapped a little bit. They're
here comes I'm sorry, here comes the 7 on the inside of the 88. So looks like every time the 88's somewhere, it's like it's bottled everybody up behind him. I'm not sure.
Bottled everybody's up. Well, that's what I was just about to say, is that the 88 has dropped a second behind third place, and he's 2 seconds behind the leader. So I think he might be bottling up these guys.
Well, I tell you, Wayne is on a tear, though. He's got a quick truck tonight. Every time I've pulled him up, he's been trying to make a pass or working on a pass. And he's definitely got a quick truck tonight, trying to work his way towards the front, put himself in position, and just, he's been inside the top 5 to top 7. As Robert Lincoln gets by the 42 of Kyle Milliken for position. Now the 9 of Marshall Johnson trying to take advantage of that as well. And Kyle's going to cover that off into the corner. Oh, and here goes...
right behind them.
I was going to say, this is what I'm looking at. The 11 of Solari trying to make a pass on the 71 of Polt. There's a little bit of history between these two as well, because I believe it was last week that the 71 washed up into the 11 and turned him around. So...
that happened so early in the race, I almost forgot about it. Tony actually did not have a great race last week. I think he ended up pulling off early, so hopefully this is a good rebound for him. This is a strange track to have a good race at, but yeah, go for it, man. With Michael Blacker right behind him and Coley Meese.
Yeah, only made 25 laps last week. Looking back towards the front, though, Wayne's still trying to get by the 88. The 88's pulled a little bit of a gap. Now Robert Malikian looking to try to get by teammate JP Burns. You notice they're running different lanes, Richie. 16 to 42 are running up the track a little bit. The 99's hugging the bottom. Oh, we got a wreck behind them.
Oh, no.
It's Tony Solari and the 71 of Brendan Pohl.
Commentator curse.
2 weeks in a row getting involved with the same driver is not, well, ideal. Let's go back and look and see. Go back and see what happened here off turn 2. The best one tire on all the carriers that replayed. 11 starts splashing up the track. Oh!
Yeah, I'm thinking this one might be reverse of what happened last week. I think Tony might have, looks like he might have hit the apron a little bit coming off of the Tornado, and it got his truck loose and came up the track.
Trying to board with the 11 of Solari. Yep, just came off the apron, up the track. Just not enough room. Just a tight, so tight getting off these corners.
Just watching two of the two trucks hit the wall there. You don't hit, it's such a track. You don't hit easy here. There's no easy hits here. It's you tear the front of the truck off or nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to end both their nights. They, at least for me, competitive. Both of them suffered some pretty severe damage there.
I was just double checking. The 71 locked it down. I saw all that smoke through the fog. Wanted to see if anybody else got involved there, and nobody else. It's just the 11 and the 71. But I had to squint through the fog.
See, we're looking for this truck. Let's look at this truck and coming through the race.
Which truck?
One of Corey Atkins. Oh, it's all up the corner. Smoke. Oh, he doesn't even. You can't even tell the truck's there. Do you see the smoke in turn 3? I guess he backed down the backstretch. There was no smoke off the 71 until he locked it down in turn 3. So you didn't even know there's a truck rolling down there.
It's squint through the fog, man.
So we did have some pit stops. Maybe.
We did, because Kyle Milliken and Michael Blackner are lining up on the front row. So, yeah, we had a bunch of guys pit. Actually, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that stayed out.
Yep.
Nicholas was the first one to pit in.
Kyle Milliken leading, Michael Blackner second. You got Colby Meese, Bobby Terrell, and Marshall Johnson all staying out under this caution. It's definitely going to shake things up and put our leaders in some traffic here. Nicholas Moreau, Zach Trevino starting 6th and 7th. And with James Morris back there, they're going to have to work through this traffic and tiptoe.
Patience.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is a tough track to pass at. It's not very wide. There's not many grooves to use. It's hard to, carry momentum off the corner. So we'll see if they can work through this cleanly and regain their track position they lost here. And we'll see how these guys hang out on these old tires as well.
Yeah, and this is the difference between those two tires can make the closing speeds an issue. But pace car is off.
Pace car is off. Turn 3 and 4. They get to the restart line. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again here at Dover.
Great start by the top by both guys on the front row here. As Blackner looks like he was trying to get by Milliken going into 1, but Kyle clears him coming out nice and smoothly, and Meese falls into 3rd.
Look at Moreau working that traffic already up to beside 3rd place. Colby Meese will make that pass easily and move himself into 3rd spot.
Yeah, these guys up front here are going to get eaten alive. They're 20 lap fresher tires, and it's going to make a huge difference here. So all these guys are making their way past Bobby Terrell, and I'm sure Colby will be next.
There's Ryan Larkin, the 00 up there. Ooh, we almost had an issue back here off turn 4 with Marshall Johnson, James Torrey, all these guys just trying to give room but carry speed.
Yeah, and as the guy on the older tires, a lot of times what you're doing is you're trying to get out of these guys' ways and give them room, but sometimes you just can't do it quick enough. And the guys, if they overdrive a little bit trying to get by you, it could be definitely some issues.
We talked about
So good.
Just a little patience. As Trevino's trying to take over fourth spot from Michael Blackner does so. Now we got a race for the lead. Milliken trying to hold off Moreau. Moreau's going to zoom by on the inside, bring Zach Saunders with him up to P2.
They're still all log jammed back here. I'm looking behind Michael Blackner with Wayne Grossi looking underneath him and the 16-year double zero behind him as they're going down the backstretch. Side by side by side.
Lap 94 of 150 here at Dover. The Dover 150 for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series underway once again. After a mix of pit strategy, Nicholas Moreau back out front with Zach Saunders, Zach Trevino in third, James Morris up to fourth, the old tires of Kyle Milliken right now in fifth, but falling back to Wayne Grossi, Robert Malikian, and others. This is still a good strategy play for these guys, though, if they can hang on a little while and get a little bit of track position based on where they were. Now, I don't know about the 42 of Milliken, but I was going to say Bobby Terrell, but he's already back to 13th, so that didn't work out for him as well either.
No, and Michael's back to 10th, and he's looking to get passed by Corey Atkins right now. Kyle's back to 7th, so it's not the end of the world, I don't think. You can come back from this because to get a long green flag pit stop, everybody's going to have to pit, and you can make that cycle work for you.
Well, if you're saving a set of tires, that is one strategy to have. But, again, we have almost 50 laps to go here. Everybody should have at least one set of tires remaining, and that's really all you need if we can get a green flag run. The only thing that will change that is if we get a rash of cautions, and you can take tires and some guys don't. But you got to time that just right. You got to have a run to use them. There's a lot of strategy involved there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm always for trying to save a set of tires, but I'm also always for putting a set of tires on the car, especially at a track like this. That's basically you're running on a cheese grater.
Watch Wayne Grossi, Zach Morris move through the field there, fourth and fifth now, with Robert Malikian hot on their tail. Now the 7 of Grossi going to look to the inside of the 88.
Wayne's on a mission tonight, man.
Yeah, he's had a good run so far for sure. I hope he can close it off. We touched the apron there and won. It's hard. It's not what you want to do. We saw the 11. No. We saw what happens when the truck does that. We saw the 11 do that and just shoots the truck up the track.
Yeah, I've done that several times. It's very easy to do here, coming through 2, because you almost kind of diamond the corner in 1 and 2, and if you get too low, you just clip that apron and it just upset whatever. It doesn't matter what car it is, cup car, truck, Xfinity car. It just upsets the car tremendously.
I tell you, Nick Moreau has set sail right now on the second and third. Zach Saunders and Zachary Trevino, the 2 Zachs, running second and third. They're almost about 9/10 of a second behind Moreau at this point.
Yeah, Moreau's putting in some really good lap times. He's running 23.1s to the Zach's running 23.3s. So he's picking up 0.2 a second a lap here.
Battle for fifth. Wayne Grossi trying to hold on to it. Robert Malikian challenging on the outside. Gets a good run off the corner. A little bit of contact with the wall. But he gets a great run down the front stretch and trying to finish this pass on the outside. And does. Down the back stretch, he'll take that position. So move Malikian up to fifth. Wayne Grossi back to 6th, and Ryan Larkin 7th. I don't know where Ryan has come from. He is up 28 positions.
He is, and he's pitted this last time too. He got 4 fresh new ones, and I guess through all these yellows and stuff, he's moved his way to the front. Maybe he's made some passes, and he's looking good in that Clemson truck. That is a Clemson truck, right?
That's correct.
Even though the colors are reversed.
Well, they have home and away jerseys, and used to they
all right.
Well, I could go into
are they purple?
With this. Yeah, well, they used to be.
They used to be, okay.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they run white jerseys sometimes too. So, yeah, being right next door to the university, I
figured you would know. I just know them as Orange and Tigers, right? The Clemson Tigers.
They are orange, yep, orange and white and purple. There's their colors.
But, yeah, so I'm watching these lap times here, and Nicholas is laying them down, lap after lap. I don't know if didn't get the memo that this is a rough track on tires, or what, or the other guys are just saving. Now Nicholas was not the fastest one in that lap. Ryan Lark was in a 00.
Well, here comes Lark on the inside of the 16. 16 was trying to make a pass on the 88 of Morris, but now Lark's going to look to the outside, or to the inside.
Ooh, we got loose.
Some great battling right here.
Yeah, and that's you get all this up, you're underneath them, you get them, and you come out of the corner, and the truck goes loose, and you lose all that position you just try to get. Oh, it's so frustrating. I feel his pain.
Yeah, for sure. Lark definitely has a fast truck now that he's got some track position. He's showing it, chasing the 16 down. The 16 was trying to get by the 88, and the 88 encountering some of the lap traffic here.
And that time they all ran in 23.8s, so Nicholas slowing down a little bit, as the other guys don't seem to be falling off as much, but he's got a 1.5 second lead, so he's got a little bit of room there.
Behind him, Wayne Grassi trying to get around the lap traffic and does so. Being chased by J.P. Burns, who's a little bit back, and Ryan Persinger. We haven't mentioned his name. Persinger in ninth.
That's in the 09. He's in the, is it Scrub Daddy car? Yes, the Scrub Daddy car. I don't know exactly what that is, but it looks like it's bubbly.
Just want to warn our viewers, we're experiencing some pretty strong storms here at base. So if we lose you, that would be why. But we're going to try to hang on here for the finish of this one. Nicholas Moreau continuing to lead. Zach Saunders in second. Zachary Trevino in third. James Morris holding on to fourth, and Robert Malikian in fifth. Everybody kind of spaced out for the top five for the time being.
Looks like we have somebody actually standing outside the infield care center if we want to bring him up.
Sure.
Let's see, we got Brandon Polt of the 71 outside. Let's bring him up here. Hey, Brandon, we see you outside the infield care center. How's it going? Obviously not the way you wanted to end the night.
You could say that 2 weeks in a row because iRacing system, yippee. I mean, I had a good truck, made an adjustment on the stage. That was actually getting real good. I burned a little bit too early. That's how Tony got to me in the first place. But yeah, then looking at the replay, and then Tony flips the apron, and then would have been fine, but then a foot of net code makes initial contact, and I can't stay off his right front, sending us both in the inside wall. I mean, truck.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row that the 71 and the 11 get together on the racetrack. Last week, it was last week and then this week. So yeah, unfortunate for the two of you. You guys both look like you had some pretty good cars going on there, just trying to get through the cautions and stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about last week between me and Tony. You must be thinking of me and Wayne. But
that could be. Who knows? That was last week.
But yeah. I mean, this week though. I mean, it's all. Tony didn't mean to do it. It is just really annoying. Truck is fast. I mean, clearly because I have teammates in first and fourth, so I didn't get wrecked out there. I probably would have been driving up there with my teammate up there, probably in the top 10. But long time here for caution. I was fighting loose. Well, definitely loose now when the rear end and the front's all messed up. So yeah, on the next week, which is Texas, which is a track or the series of tracks that I'm better at. So hopefully I can go better there.
Hate to talk to you during the race here, but glad you're okay, and we will catch you next week at Texas.
Yep, see you guys next week.
Brendan Pope. Did you lie to me? Did they not get together last week?
I want to revisit that because I'm pretty sure.
And you just left me hanging there too, like he said it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you just left me hanging there.
I'm pretty sure
That
I'll have
was
to go
nice.
back and review that, but I'm pretty sure that the 11 and 71 got together. Maybe it wasn't last week. Maybe it was Bristol. But they have had prior contacts. I don't think
I
there's
didn't-
any bad blood, but I do think that they've been together.
I didn't throw you under the bus, but it was like, oh, that's what Brody told me, because I don't remember last week. Man,
Well, you just said
leaves me
that.
hanging.
So
All right.
looking
Well,
at
I had
the
to now.
looking at the battle for seventh now, the 7 car of Wayne Grousey trying to hang on with JP Burns on his back bumper. This is the closest battle for the top 5 to 10 right now as it stands, because everybody's kind of spaced out, although things are starting to close up a little bit in some of these positions. Now the 7 trying to defend to the inside, the 99 goes to the top side.
I'm looking back a little bit. I'm looking at 12th and 13th between James Torrey and Markyle Henderson. A shout out to Markyle. He's got a good race going on here. Up in 13th place. Same with James. And they're battling hard for their spot.
We've got a lap truck there in between them. Ugh.
I think that was Markyle's teammate.
Joseph Burgess. I don't know if are they teammates? I don't know.
No, actually, no, you're right.
Oh,
No, they're
my
not.
goodness. And now Markyle's in the wall with the... Ugh.
I almost want to stop talking about people. Because he's having a good race. I don't want to ruin the guy's race.
Having a solid race anyway. I don't think he avoided most of the major incidents there. Currently 13th, James Torrey in 12th. You got Chris Gore in 11th, and then Wyatt Huntley hanging out in the top 10.
Yeah, and everybody who stayed down on tires, they're all 15th and 15th, 16th. They're all back. Again, that's going to be a question.
Who? What? Where?
Markyle. I'm telling you, I'm stop going to give people props. Things happen.
I'm looking at Markyle, and he's rolling.
Lewis
Meglin.
Look at Lewis Meglin. Yeah, him and the 62 became intimately.
We're looking at our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay to find out what happens since somebody can't say a car number or a driver name.
62 Markyle Henderson.
And there you see it. He comes off the corner and taps the 43. I think he just catches him in the bad spot off the corner.
Yeah.
43 several laps down, just trying to get by here. Comes off the corner, up the track, and into the 43.
That was a decent green flag run there. I don't know how many laps we actually did. It was last time I think it was 87. So it's 40 laps, almost 50 laps.
Man, Lewis is not having the night he wanted to, I'm sure. Again, in another wreck there, and that's a hard one into the inside wall. That's going to end his night, I think.
Yeah, you go front first into the wall like that. It's never good.
All right, well, we got pitters. We got guys on pit road deciding to take those tires. We're going to have a fairly short run to the end once we get this back green, probably about 28 laps, or 22 laps maybe?
We're at lap 124, 150. So yeah, maybe 22, 23 laps. Yep. Looks like we got a couple guys that are staying out to take the wave around.
Well, that's being Marshall. I think Marshall Johnson got the lucky dog there, so he'll get back on the lead lap.
So yeah, now this is where that not pitting prior comes back to bite you, because now everybody pitted and you've lost all that track position.
Not only that, but you've run laps off the board. You know, that was a long green flag run, and so now you've got even fewer laps to make that up. So unfortunately, it didn't work out. But hey, if you're running 15th, it's probably worth a shot. You know, if you're going for you're just hoping that we have an issue there, and you kind of can flip the tire strategy. But I don't think it worked out like they wanted it to.
Well, and now they are probably the only ones that have an extra set of tires. So if we do get like a green-white checkered, they could pit, and maybe they'll make up some spots that way. So
you
can still work.
You can. The problem with that is we've got 20 drivers on the lead lap. So if you pit for tires and you go to the back and you're running out of laps, you know what I mean? So it's tough.
Trying to put a positive spin on it, man.
Oh, I know. If I got an extra set of pits, that's exactly what I'm thinking too. I'm like, okay, let's run like 10 laps. I'm going to put tires on and go out there and see what I can make if I'm in the back. Because if I lost on my track position, it's definitely worth the gamble.
Yeah, I mean, and right now they're 14th on back, so it's not like they would end up losing a lot if, unless they come to the front. But yeah, I'll try to put a positive spin on it. Looks like we are going back to a restart here.
Yep, down the back stretch. Nick Moreau maintains the lead off pit road. Zach Saunders now to second. Trevino to third. Morris fourth. Malikian fifth. Let's see who has a short run truck who can take the fight to the 15. So far, it looks like maybe the 39 and 77 have the best shot. We'll see if anybody surprises here. As we come down through 3 and 4, the pace car hits pit road. Looking for the restart zone. Green flag, and we are racing.
It looked like the 39 didn't go at all, it looked like.
He spun tires.
Spun the tires.
Yeah, I think he spun the tires there.
77, now the 88, so he's going to go from second, and he's fighting for his life there for third and fourth with the 88 of James Morris.
And you can bet things are going to amp up a little bit here, though, because running out of time.
That's what I was just about to say. With less than 25 to go, it's not time to save tires. It's time to go.
Use them if you got them.
Yep. Nope. Don't bring it in with any tread left.
So it's kind of single filed out here front. Out front, Nicholas Moreau pulling away a little bit. Zach Trevino in second. James Morris in third. Saunders has slipped from second to fourth. And they're kind of grouped together. But then you have Malikian, Lark, and J.P. Burns, 5th, 6th, 7th, with William Grassi falling to 8th.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the gaggle at the back of the pack. And the guys that didn't pit that one time were mired back in traffic here. They are all over each other.
Bobby Terrell trying to make a pass on Michael Blackner. Oh, we got one all over the place down the front stretch. Michael Deach hanging on to the truck.
Deach, yeah, he's the 70 and 14th, so. Just looking, we got Kobe Meese back there, Bobby Terrell. Kyle Milliken has made his way back into the top 10. He's the only one of those guys that has made it kind of back up into top 10 territory.
We got Ryan Lark here trying to hold off J.P. Burns for 6th spot. Doing a good job so far. Just looking up through here, no battles so far. Everybody kind of single filed out. 19 laps to go here.
Yep, Nicholas Moreau is up front. He's not the fastest of the top 3, but he's still got a just under a half a second lead over the 77 of Zachary Torino and James Morris, Zach Sanders.
Was it a battle between Lark and Burns, 6th and 7th? Rossi starting to inch in on these guys as well. And here is James Morrison, 88, trying to hang on to third over Zach Saunders in the 39.
Good close racing up front. Just looking back, we got Kobe Meese trying to make his way past the 70 of Michael Deach. And this lap, Nicholas was the fastest on that lap.
Using that bottom, he slides by Deach. He takes that position. Now Deach is going to fight back on the inside. He thinks better of it, backs off, and backs up right to. Is that a lap car behind him?
Yeah, that's Noah Nicholson in the 76. He is 7 laps down.
And Alan Duranco back to behind him. Got Bobby Terrell trying to make a pass on Wyatt Huntley. No, on the 6th. I'm sorry, the 6th of James Torrey. Oh, Torrey in the wall. It's going to give. Was that Michael Blackner a shot at him? Here comes Colby Meese. Meanwhile, up front, Zachary Trevino getting by James Morris, or is he trying to hold James Morris off? James so sideways off the corner.
Wall. Put a blanket under those threes. The 77, the 88, and the 39 are fighting hard. And we got a yellow.
Battle for second, and the caution does come out. Looks like it's Michael Deach. Just watch
Yes. Maybe TJ Bartell might have got a piece of that.
Let's go back to our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. Off the corner, Deach bounces off the outside wall and then bounces off of the car on the inside and bounces off of the 28 and bounces off the wall again. Let's call him the pinball, Michael Deach.
That's when the spotter comes back and says, "Not clear."
What's
I don't
going-
think he did that. I think
No.
I think when he bounced off the wall, I think it just kind of discombobulated where he was on the straightaway there. But poor TJ, man, caught up again. Just driving around, man. Just driving around.
Rough ride. Let's right on board
Yeah.
TJ Bartell here.
Ooh, I'm watching that hit again. TJ was already 10 laps down from the last time.
Oh, man. It comes out of nowhere for TJ.
And it's a hard hit too.
Who was he racing with? The 70.
The 70? That was the 76 of Noah Nicholson, who was a couple laps down.
Oh.
7 laps down, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 76 actually moved up the track and got into him. The 70 was a little low on the front stretch just because he had just bounced off the wall, but the 76 actually moved up into him and spun him out. That's not really what you want to be doing 7 laps down, is wrecking lead lap cars.
No, not for sure. That's not the way to make friends, that's for sure. I'm sure there'll be no Christmas cards going back and forth between those two.
For sure. Well, this is going to get us down even closer here.
Yep. I've been written off a couple people's Christmas cards lists. It's okay.
That's just less mail you have to worry about, right?
That's what I say. That's what I'm saying. It's less thing I got to worry about, and I don't have to send out a card. All right. What do we got here? We got 11 laps to go. So it'll be 10 laps to go when we get to the green flag.
A good old 10-lap shootout. Short track Saturday night shootout for these truckers here. Moreau trying to hang on. Trevino is going to start second. You got Morris and Saunders, and that second place battle was starting to get really, really heated up there towards the end. We'll see if they can make that a battle for first and keep Moreau within striking distance.
They got to get good restarts here. You got to be able to stay up with him, to put pressure on him. If you don't put the pressure on him, if you put pressure on him, you might make a mistake.
Well, it's been a gloomy day here at Dover. The Dover 150 for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series starting to come to a conclusion here. 10 laps to go when we get the green flag. Wrapping up our 11th caution.
All right. Hold them belts tight. Get ready. Here we go.
Who's going to take home the trophy? The monster. Miles the Monster. It's certainly taken a bite out of some people's run tonight. We'll see who can tame the monster here at Dover Motor Speedway. Pace cars off. They come to the restart zone. 10 laps to go here at Dover. Green flag is out, and we are back racing.
Once again, the guy on the outside did not get a great start. Not a bad one, but not a great start. As Nicholas takes off going into 1 and 2 as the fight continues for second.
It looks like James Morris is going to be able to get that position, and we got a wreck behind him, and the caution is going to come back out. Marshall Johnson involved.
Oh, he was having a good. Well, he just got his lap back, right?
Yeah, he did just get back on the lead lap, and we'll see what happened here. Our Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay once again. Rash of cautions here at the end. The 9 of Johnson coming off the corner. Oh, he gets some help. Who is that?
That would be the guy that just got written off the last person's Christmas card list.
Mm-hmm.
So not
Again,
making more friends.
Again, with being 7 laps down, this is not what you want to do.
Patience.
Right on board with the 76 here as we come through 1 and 2. Yeah, off turn 2. I mean, the 9 was beside the 8, 2 wide in front of him, and he tries to make it 3 wide off the corner, pushes up, and just cleans out the 9.
Maybe the shiny new truck paint scheme of Marshall blinded him. It's so nice and shiny.
Right on board with Marshall Johnson on the restart here. Yeah. I mean, I think the the video says it all. And again, I'm sure there's steam coming out of the 9 truck. Like you said, he just got his lap back, trying to finish off a night here that hasn't really went the way he wanted, and definitely not going to end the way he wanted.
Yeah, not the way he was hoping for sure. But he could still stay in the lead lap here. There's only a couple of laps left, so he only has to limp that truck around for a couple laps.
Josh Mayhew was able to get his lap back there for this caution, so he's going to get back on the lead lap. But we are now under 10 laps to go, now 8 to go. It'll be 6 laps to go, I think, when we get the green flag.
Fortunately, I think this is going to ramp up the energy even more for these guys, and hopefully everybody can hang on for these next couple laps and race this thing out.
Getting down to it. Yeah, these late race cautions, if you're the leader or up front, your nerves are a mess right now, just because you know everything that can happen on the restart. You got to make your shifts properly. You got to get right in the, get a run on the restart. Make sure you try to maintain the position. We've seen second and third shift positions about every time on this restart. Well, now Trevino lines up on the inside, and James Morris is on the outside. So we'll see if they swap once again here, or if James can get a restart.
And it's all about that restart. You're right. It's up getting through the gears, getting on the gas, not spinning the tires. Paying attention to when Nicholas takes off and trying to get as good a jump as you possibly can, no matter which lane you're in.
Down the backstretch, these guys are now just contemplating, okay, what do I do on this restart? How do I handle it? I got to make sure I don't spin the tires, make sure I get through the gears quickly. If I'm on the outside or inside, I want to, make sure I maintain my track position. Just a lot of things go through the minds of the drivers here as they get ready for this restart. The pace car is going to pull off, though. We're going to get this back underway. 6 laps to go when they hit the line. Nicholas Moreau leading, James Morris, Zachary Trevino, Zach Saunders. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again.
Great start by the 77. He is going to definitely, I think, clear the 88 going into 1 here. And does, and now the 39 is underneath the 88, so not a good restart for the outside there.
Yeah, it's so tough to restart on the outside, you kind of know. And now they get back in line, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there under a blanket. Looks like the 39 gets in the back of the 77 a little bit in the 3.
Yeah, the 77 went to go in behind the 15 and did a little bit of a checkup. The 39 hit the brakes, and now the 88 is popped to the outside, and it's on for third here.
And Moore's trying to find some speed on the outside lane and does so down the backstretch. He's going to retake that third position over Zach Saunders.
And stays up top. I wasn't expecting anybody to run the outside. Is he going to try something different here to try to make his way to the front with 5 laps to go?
He's to the top again, looking for speed off the corner. The 77 running to the bottom. Can he get a run on him down the backstretch? Oh, we got a wreck. We got a big one. I saw a truck up in the air.
Looks like maybe the 21 of Wyatt Huntley.
Mayhew involved. Huntley involved. Bobby Terrell involved. Colby Meese also got a piece of it. Let's go back and see what happened on our instant replay. This is going to bring us to a green, white, checkered. But Best One Tire and Auto Care instant replay. See what happens if we go through 1 and 2. 94 looks to the inside of the 21. Turns to 21, then gets contact himself. go back and look at that again.
To me, it looked like the 21 went in the corner in the outside groove. Bobby went down in the bottom groove, and the 21 decided to kind of move down a little bit.
He tried to close the door, but there was already a foot in there.
And Bobby get hit by the Alan Duranko truck, of the number 2 truck. Chris Gore was in that as well, it looks like. Colby Meese. Looks like he might have got into it with Josh Mayhew. Yeah, you're right. It was a pretty big one here. Lots of guys involved.
See what we're on board with the 61. Josh Mayhew is behind this. Oh, right with the 21 up there, and thinks it's over, and then runs in the back of Colby there as they're all checking out.
Look at the 22 of Michael Mayhem Blackmore. He may be able to change his paint scheme finally. Michael made it through
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Wreck up high, wreck down low. Oh, there goes the 8 sliding in front of him, and he just squeaks through.
Mayhem didn't get him. He stayed away from the Mayhem. Of course, now I probably just jinxed him with the commentator curse.
So how'd the 2 get through?
2?
Let's see about he's right behind these guys when they okay. So there's the contact. Oh, and then Bobby gets loose off the corner, and yep. Squeezes through. A little side damage, nothing major.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Well, we're gonna have a green, white, checkered finish.
Is this a natural, or are we going green, white, checkered?
I don't know. I hope it's our only one.
Oh, I got a green, white, checkered, 1 of 3. So.
All right. So let's hope it's 1 of 1.
Wow, 1 of 3 attempts. Yeah. Hopefully it's just the 1 attempt to get it done here. Told you it might ramp up a little bit here.
Yeah, it got a little messy back there, but yeah.
They can do it. They can do it.
All right, here we go. Pace car's going to pull off. Nicholas Moreau again trying to hold off Zachary Trevino now on the outside. And here we go, flip-flopping again as James Morris is going to start in 3rd.
Looks like we're getting one more question left.
Oh, we are getting one more, it looks like.
You were getting excited.
Yeah. Don't know why it was extended.
I'm not sure either. Above my pay grade. The guy that I think is unfortunately has lost out on all these restarts is that 39 truck. He got his way up to 3rd and had that incident going into 3 where he hit the brakes and got the truck loose. But he's not been able to make his way back up to Nicholas. And during the middle of the race, it looked like he was one of the trucks that might actually have something for Nicholas. Let's see if anybody has anything for Nicholas on this restart.
We shall see. So we'll come to the restart. First of potentially 3 green, white, checkered attempts. We hope this is the only one. If they make it back to the white, the race is on to the checkered flag. If not, we'll rack them and stack them and do it again. Nicholas Moreau in the lead. Zachary Trevino in 2nd. Morris, Saunders, and Malikian, your top 3. And I'll tell you, Nicholas has dominated this race. He's got to hang on for this restart. Pace car's off. We are ready to go back racing here at Dover. The Dover 150 for the FTSR Sim Racing Points Truck Series is back underway, and we are green.
That's one of the best restarts I've seen the guy on the outside have. Still not enough for Nicholas, but now the 88 is completely under the 77, down the backstretch for 2nd.
And he clears him, so he's in 2nd spot. Sole possession of 2nd. Can he do anything with the 15 of Moreau? Goes to the top, gets the run down the hill off of turn 4. We're going to make it. White flag, 1 lap to go here at Dover.
He's there. I don't know if he's got anything for him. He's going to have to do something in 3 and 4 here as Nicholas comes off. He's got a bit of a run going down the backstretch.
He does have a run. Is he going to look low? Is he going to look high? He's going to stick in the high side, try to get that run off the corner. Nicholas Moreau brings him through 3 and 4. Not going to be enough, though. Nicholas Moreau is going to claim win number 6 on the season here at Dover Motor Speedway.
And it looks like the 39 beat the 77 to the line by 8 thousandths of a second as they were side by side coming to the checkered flag.
What a race to the finish there. I tell you, Nick has dominated tonight. He earned that win on all those restarts. He was flawless. Able to get that jump, hold off the 88 of James Morris. So Nicholas Moreau adds another checkered flag to his collection.
Yeah, and I believe that the 15 and 88 are kind of pseudo teammates there, as they're both on Elliott E. Sadler Motorsports. So, yeah, I wonder if they had the same setup, same trucks under them, but both good nights for them.
Absolutely. Let's look at our results tonight for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series Dover 150. Nicholas Moreau taking home, finishing second. Third is going to be the 39. That's Zach Saunders. Fourth is going to be the 77. That's Zachary Trevino. Ending up fifth. Good solid finish tonight for J.P. Burns in the number 99 Toyota. Sixth spot, that's going to be the 16. That's Robert Malikian. Seventh place, the 00 Ryan Lark hangs on for a solid top 10. Good run for him. Ryan Persinger ends up P8. Then ninth is going to be Wayne Grassi having a solid night. And look at this, Alan Duranco finishes 10th spot in that number 2.
How did he manage
Never
that? Great job by him.
give up.
Never give up, exactly. Never surrender, never give up. Michael Blackner, Mr. Mayhem himself, Mrs. Mayhem comes home 11th. James Torrey holds on for 12th position. Josh Mayhew comes back for a 13th position. Markyle Henderson 14th. Colby Meese 15th. Chris Gore comes home 16th. Marshall Johnson brings his truck home 17th after that late race incident. Bobby Terrell 18th. He being the last truck on the lead lap. Kyle Malikian, who actually dropped out in the middle with a couple laps to go and had to come back in, ends up 4 laps down in 19th. Nim Silva in 20th. Wyan Huntley 21st. Joseph Burgess 22nd. Michael Deitch 23rd. Noah Nicholson 24th. TJ Bartel 25th. Lewis Meglin 26th. Corey Atkins comes home 27th. Tony 28th. Brendan Polt, 29th. Brian Thorson, 30th. Travis Dickinson comes home 31st. Chris Beck, 32nd. Man, there's a lot of trucks here. Aaron Satcher, 33rd. Jeff Chandler with another unfortunate run comes home 34th. Chad Lane, 35th. Martin Garreau, 36th. Hayden James, 37th. And Dave Nestor with that first caution comes home 38th.
Well, after a dark and gloomy day here at Dover, the Dover 150 is in the books. Nicholas Moreau takes home a win again. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers and recap tonight's race and look forward for the rest of the season. We'll be right back after these breaks.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
And we're back here at Dover Motor Speedway. The Sim Racing Points Truck Series just finished up the Dover 150, recapping the action tonight. A lot of things going on. A lot of these guys are probably happy this was over, but we're going to talk to our top 3 finishers and see what they have to say tonight about their races. Starting off with P3, we'll talk to Zach Saunders. Zach, congratulations, man. 3rd place finish tonight. Hard fought battle there at the end. A lot of restarts to go through. But you hang on to a P3 finish just barely over 4th place.
Yeah, had a little bit of net code there coming through 3 and 4, and luckily it was just enough to get a good run out of the corner.
Well, again, congratulations. You ran, you were up 19 spots from your starting position. What happened in qualifying, and how did you kind of work your way through the field there?
Well, qualifying, I haven't ran this car or this truck since October of last year, so I had no idea what I was doing. And personally, the qualifying step wasn't really all that great. It was on the looser side, so crashed on lap 1 of qualifying and put together a lap on lap 2. So I knew I have good pace at Dover, so just had to play it smart and just drive up through the field to get inside top 5 to see where, or to even get, felt like I had top 10 pace, but I didn't know what after that I had. So once I got up there, just played it really smart, and we had a couple good green flag rounds where I got moved up and was running second on that really long green flag round, and then was really hoping that'd stay green, and it didn't. So had to work a little harder to get that P3, but I think it's well fought for it.
Yeah, we saw in the restarts, it was always kind of the outside lane just could not get going. The inside lane would have an advantage there. And towards the end, it was just kind of swapping out and back. Second would fall to 3rd or 4th, and 3rd place would have the advantage going into 1 and pick up a position. How do you is there any way to manage that? Like, I know on the restarts, it's hard. The leader gets such an advantage. And if you're starting behind the leader on the inside, it's kind of the preferred place to restart here at Dover anyway, but you also can kind of gauge directly off the car in front of you, and it makes it a little bit easier. Is there anything you can do there to mitigate maybe the 3rd place guy having an advantage on those restarts?
Just watch what the leader's doing, and hopefully the guy in 2nd place gets a good enough start. That's all the thing you can really do. And you get a good start as well, but sometimes it's worth laying back just a little bit, or not really laying back, but if you get that little bit worse start and you're able to fall to the inside going into the corner, sometimes it helps a lot, because then you'll pass the guy that starts in 2nd and you'll get a nice run coming out of the corner. So it kind of just really depends on how the guy in 2nd place starts, and if you get a good enough start too. So you just play it like that, and hopefully you get a spot or 2.
Yeah, or luck into being in the right spot. That's tough, man. Those restarts are tough, man. But yeah, again, congratulations, man. First race with the league, 3rd place finish. Awesome job. Awesome climb from, what'd you start, 22nd?
2nd.
Yeah,
22nd.
So a great climb from the back, and congratulations. I'm going to hand the mic to you, though, and let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, thanks to the Tipton Harding boys for letting me sub in for this week, and thanks to Outlier for the setup and getting the job done.
All right, man. Well, there's our 3rd place finisher, Zach Saunders. Zach, again, congratulations. We'll see you next week as we head to Texas.
Thank you.
All right. And I believe, Richie, you are standing by with our second place finisher. Started second, finished second. On paper, it looks boring, but I'm sure it wasn't. Let's talk to him, James Morris.
Yeah, I'm down here in the 88 camp over here with James. Fantastic run tonight, but just came up one place short. But definitely a fantastic run tonight. Talk about your night.
Well, first of all, how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, we're fantastic. How are you? Glad not to be in the fog anymore.
Yes, yes. I'm doing a lot better this week than I was last week. I can say that. I was very, very happy with the way tonight went.
Yeah, last week we talked to you at the Infill Care Center, so much better to talk to you down here and on a podium. So
Yes, it is a lot nicer to come to a track that I historically have issues at and to run this well. I'm very thankful for all the team effort and everybody that helped me learn and get better at this track all week.
well, you had there was a. It seemed like every time there was a restart, Nicholas would hop out to the lead, and you were always left battling with the 77 and the 39, and you guys were swapping positions back and forth with some great racing going on. Is there anything more you could have done to possibly get to Nicholas? Just needed more time, or?
On the restart, it was like the guy that's leading can get that time because he can time it and take off. And if you don't hit the gas or know when he's going or try to time it better to get on this bumper, if you're off just a little bit, that's what's going to happen. I don't know if I could have got Nicholas. I really don't. Because I was just lacking just a little bit. But
Well, that second to last restart, or even the last restart, you were up on the high side, and I thought that you were going to try to do the high side and wide there to try to get the lead. Were you trying something a little different?
yes, I was actually going to try to get a run, without trying to jeopardize or hitting the wall or doing something. But I just got really tight in turn 3 when I entered that weird line. The nose would not. It's like, nope, I don't want to turn.
Not today. Not this lap, anyway.
No,
Well, James, I mean, one spot short. You did a fantastic race. Like I said, much better than last week. Glad to be talking to you down here in the podium. So I'm going to open up the floor. The mic is yours to give any shout outs.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody at ESC. I want to thank my teammates and everybody that helped me. It helps me each and every week. I want to thank my wonderful fiance that puts up with me testing late at night, and I want to thank you guys for everything, for every week and putting on this league for us and given me a place and a home to race every Wednesday.
Well, we appreciate you guys being here, and thank you for coming out. Great job tonight. And Brody, I think you've caught up to your new best friend over there in Victory Lane because you guys have seen each other so much.
Yeah, this is becoming a habit, and it's a habit I'm sure Nick's not too worried about. He likes being here in Victory Lane. Nick, congratulations once again, man. What a solid run you had tonight. What a dominating performance out there. The truck was hooked up. It was spot on. Led all those laps and come home with a victory, but it wasn't without challenge there with those late race restarts.
Well, it's much easier when we have teammates with you. So we were talking about how to start for every restart at the end. So, but I knew that when you when you have to jump first, it's much easier to take the turn 1 with nobody outside. So. Yeah, I knew that with 25 to go, I had a good chance to get at the end.
Well, you definitely did a great job there at the end, hanging on. You're right. With those restarts, you definitely want that track position. You want to be the leader. You want to be in control on the restarts. And you executed perfectly there. So, yeah, congratulations. I'm going to throw it to Richie. I'm sure Richie's got some stuff to add.
You would think so, but Nicholas stunk up the show tonight. Yeah,
is that when
Brody
all that
said
was out there that we had hard time seeing through?
But Nicholas said you dominated tonight, and on paper, it probably looked like you dominated. But you had a couple good stiff competition with the guys up front. Good races with the 77, 39, 88.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just you're exactly right, and I was watching them, every single lap. When we have got the longest run, I was starting to struggle with the front, especially in the turn 3 and 4. But I was like, if I'm struggling right now, many other people are struggling too, maybe. So, yeah, the 39 truck was fast long run too. 77 still fast again this week, so I will expect to get him fast next week too. So yeah, it's pretty fun to see some guys with a lot of speed.
Well, Nick, next week we head to Texas Motor Speedway. We end the season with a couple of 1.5-mile tracks. What's your outlook there? I know heading to Las Vegas, you had some concerns there, but it kind of worked out for you there. So we know you got speed. So what are you looking at for Texas next week?
Yeah, right. For sure, I will start with something working great. So, and I would say plus teammates now, we will work together this week, and I expect to be strong enough to for battle for the lead.
Can you explain who your new teammates are? For those out in the know that might not know who your new teammates are.
Well, we have now. I'm not sure. It's basically the James Morris, Polt, Chandler, and Bertel, and we were all working on the different setup this week. We were working on many ways to get the truck faster as we can, and some people choose a setup, some people another one. So it's good for them.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, that's a powerhouse. That's a powerhouse team right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I guess a shout out to Elliott Sadler Esports, because I think all you guys are kind of pulling information from there. So that's awesome job, man. It's really worked out for you this season. Again, win number, I believe, is it 6 at this point? I've lost count.
It is, yes.
So win number 6, we head to Texas. You might be entering territory. What is it? We put out a hit on you for next week. What do you
bounty? A bounty.
Yeah, maybe a bounty. Not a hit. Don't get any ideas. No. We're not coming after you, but
yeah. So I'm expect to start working right now on the Texas.
Yeah, make it hard for him. I understand. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, well, yeah, exactly. Again, congratulations here tonight, man. You did an awesome job. You kind of soared through the fog issue we had here tonight, yeah. and made it look easy out there. So congratulations. I'm going to hand you the mic there, let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Elliott Sadler. Thanks, Transit. Thank you, guys. And yeah, I would say thank you once again. Thanks for Lap Car, because I always had the room to pass them. So,
well, awesome. Yep, always good to have friends out there. You've got them out there for sure. You've had a great run, so congratulations once again, Nick. We'll see you next week in Texas.
Yes, sir, guys. See ya.
All right, there's a winner tonight, Richie. Nicholas Moreau etching another win in the record book and extending his points lead even farther for these guys. It's going to be, we got 2 races to go.
Apparently he's going to need to start looking over his shoulder because you're going after him or something. I don't know. Something.
I know it sounds like, I don't know. It sounded a little more violent than I wanted it to, but yeah, absolutely.
Don't stop looking.
Start put some incentives out there for guys to beat him for sure every week. Well, tonight we had a gloomy, foggy, cloudy, for the most part, event here at Dover. But the fog lifted. When the fog lifted, it was Nicholas Moreau coming on winner again. So takeaways tonight. What was your observations tonight of tonight's race? Kind of a summary. What do we got going on?
Well, the weather was gloomy out there, but the racing on the track was pretty hot and pretty heavy. We had some really good side-by-side racing. We had some guys have some good runs that needed a couple good runs. We had some guys that that still are looking for their first good run of the season. So overall, I think the race was a typical Dover race. You know, this is a very tight, fast racetrack, and things happen really quickly here. But overall, I was pretty happy with what I saw out there. The action was hot, man.
Yeah, we had guys coming from the back like Zach Saunders, who come to third. You got, looking down, Ryan Lark, 28 spots gained to finish seventh. Great run for him. And the two of Alan Duranco just stuck in there, was involved in multiple
Never give up.
incidents, and comes home with a 10th place spot. So if I was him, I would be proud of that for sure, given all the stuff that he went through. So just a couple of highlights there. It was an interesting race, man. It got messy there towards the end a little bit. We had the big wreck on the backstretch, kind of shook things up. Then we had a little bit of a longer run. And then we went back to having caution after caution there towards the end when people started to press the issue. So as I say every week, it seems like it. We have a little bit of everything here at FTSR. So, but yeah, next week, next Wednesday night, we'll be live once again here for the FTSR Truck Series as they head to Texas. That should be a fun one. That's always a fun track to kind of see who can figure out turns 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. It's a balancing act of getting your truck to handle. We'll see who does that best. But also catch us Monday nights. Monday night, the FTSR Victory Fuel Cup Series will be in action at Talladega. You do not want to miss that one. That's going to be an exciting one for sure. We'll see who comes out on top at Talladega on Monday at 9 p.m. here on Full Throttle Television. So that's going to wrap it up for us here at Dover Motor Speedway. Another cloudy, foggy night, or day, I guess, at Dover is over. Nicholas Moreau takes on win number 6, and we move on to Texas. So for everybody at Full Throttle TV, for Richie Coy, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed it like we did, and we'll see you next Monday night from Talladega.